Have you ever been punished in school?
Obviously. Yeah, I've ever been.
What had you done?
Oh gosh. One day, we ran out of school with my friends. It was during the examination period. So we went out to have some fun during lunch time. Coming back, they had already finished the paper. And they were like, we had to go and ask for the paper. They were like, where were you, Shima? I had nothing to say because we didn't ask for permission. You know what they did to me? They really caned me.
How
many? Strokes. Really? They gave me 6 strokes.
0?
Yeah.
Oh,
come on, I was lying. I was just kidding. They were 8.
8?
Yeah.
8, and that was terrible, huh?
Really? But somehow.
Did you fault it?
Really?
And then you say thank you.
You say, yeah, thank you, teacher. Anyone with a worse punishment?
Another experience.
Me. Yeah, the first time I was punished, it was in senior 3. So I was sick. I was first taken at night in the hospital. During daytime, in the morning, guys were like shouting. So the teacher came. He said, the whole class, lie down. I tried to explain to the man. The man refused. The teacher said, go down. Where I told him, master, I have injections. The man said, provided the West is there, you can meet 3 on the West.
Wow.
Another bad experience of punishment. One time I was in my senior 4 last year, and I was the assistant head prefect by then.
You were punished.
And as a certain student seemed to have abused their teacher.
Seemed to have.
Yes, but the teacher was not specific of the student. She tried to inquire, but nobody could tell. When the teacher took the report into the staff room, a certain teacher got out of the staff room, the head of the disciplinary committee of the teachers. He got the class entirely. He took us to the girls' wing. We slept on bare soil. He stood onto us. He caned everywhere he wanted, and uncountable. We couldn't, not even a single person could count the times he or she was caned. He kicked almost everywhere he wanted.
That's a teacher or a commander?
The teacher.
He was a teacher. He's still a teacher. Then such a kind of punishment, maybe it did not only torture us physically but also psychologically. That to this even at this moment, the class is not yet settled, yet even a year past.
Me, about my punishment I got in school, they told us that we should be at school at exactly 7:30. But for me, I had my problem. My mother was sick. I had to give her some medical care. Then when I went to school, they said that I'm late. I tried to explain to the prefect on the duty, but he could not hear. And then they punished me seriously.
The prefect is the one who punished you?
No, the prefects, yeah, they just get those late comers, and the teacher is the one who
punishes.
Yeah.
Who is the prefect here? Yeah. Okay, who is not a prefect? Do you think prefects have the right to punish you?
I don't think.
Right.
He's got no right to punish me. Reason being, he has got the ability of what telling me that I've committed something, but he's got no right of punishing me.
Why do you say that he's still your leader?
When my parent brought me in school, he or she gave authority to the teacher, not to the what? To the prefect.
But the prefect represents the teacher.
Excuse me. He's not. Let him play his part.
Okay, being a student leader, there is empowerment.
Yes.
Of the powers that you are supposed to administer while running a school program.
Empowerment of the powers that you're supposed to administer.
Because as a student leader, there are some cases which you are not supposed to forward very fast to the administration before you handle them.
Although I'm a prefect, but I think they don't have a right to cane students. Because if you get a student who has done something wrong, you have to take him or her to the teachers. Because me, if I get him or her, I cannot try to beat him because
your size is telling us.
Now, if an A6 guy has done something wrong, then I cannot beat him or her because he's older than me. Now, what I can do, I take him or her to the teacher or to the prefectorial body above him.
What if
your size?
What if the teacher tells you that I don't bring such cases here? These are small things. Why can't you solve them? What do you do?
What I do,
if I tell the person to work and refuses, I go tell the teacher says I don't have anything to do. So me as the lower class prefect, I just take that person to the HP, then the HP will solve the problems.
I've been a prefect for so long, but the current regime in which I was in part, one time they engulfed the senior one class and they caned almost every person for making noise. The prefects, but I was not part of that. But when they caned, I was among other people who came out to criticize them. I gave my reasons.
What were your
They were students and these ones were also students. They don't know the steps to follow when caning a fellow student. The same people can also be found doing the same, can also fall victim of the same crime or offense in school as these ones. Then, if they reach an extent of caning fellow students, they will also reach an extent of receiving school fees from them.
I have ever been also punished like that. But by then I was in primary. I was in primary 6. So we had our English teacher. One day he came in class and he gave us a test. And the best he got 16 out of 20. He said that the best he wanted to make he wanted the best to get 19. So he landed on that one. He gaining according to the marks you have got. And he, on top of that, he could come in the class. When he finds you not reading, he says the whole class go out.
By the way, there's even a teacher I want to send greetings to. I will never forget him. There's a teacher I will never, Mr. Mitoka Kabale Primary School. Wabura.
You'll tell us about
my bums are even black.
You'll tell us about Mr. Mitoka when we come. Let's watch something from Mr. Agwe Chivenge, the PR of the Ministry of Education. He's going to tell us whether punishment is possible. Does the ministry sanction it? Take a look at this.
Punishment can serve the intended purpose. If applied wrongly, it may be counterproductive. Instead of punishing and correcting, you may end up injuring, you may end up stigmatizing this child. The Ministry of Education and Sports has given guidelines to schools on punishment. And in those guidelines, the Ministry has emphasized that corporal punishment should not be applied. And by corporal punishment, we are looking at physically harming a child. There have been instances where reports have come in of punishment being used to injure, to cause pain, rather than to correct. They are in a learning process. They are growing up. They commit mistakes. Some of these mistakes are committed not out of their own free will. In some instances, it could be naivety. If a teacher thinks that he should or she should cane this kid to the level of breaking her back, and the kid is never able to complete school as a result of the permanent injury caused by caning, then I will vote for the Western values and rights.
You're happy now?
Mitoka, you did permanent damage. I can't explain the color of my bum because of the cane.
Now let me ask you, what kind of punishments are given to you?
For me, our teacher used to tell us to wash toilets, and that time the toilets were very dirty, smelly, as if children.
As if you don't use them.
As if children don't know how to squat on them. They put feces wherever. That was a very bad punishment.
That is a very bad punishment. I agree to.
For me, the punishment they used to give me in P7, they used to beat us here, slaps, and when they see when these
veins
have come big, they tell us, they get to jerry cans, they put them there, you go to the tap, you fetch water from the mouth up to you feel it.
I'm still on that teacher. There are two boys also in the same school who are in P7. So they escaped from school. That teacher made them to wash an ant here.
Using so they what? They remove the ant-hill using water.
Yes.
Some people don't know what it means to punish. Can you imagine just caning somebody and you don't accompany it with any advice or counseling? You just have to advise somebody. You at least, maybe if you administer some caning, you accompany it with an advice such that somebody finds at least a lesson to him, other than considering it as torture.
To me, I believe the best way of administering punishment, it should be first of all, at least you should give a warning. By giving a warning to an individual, he or she will get to know that something which I've done is wrong. Then the second time, if it so happens that an individual also does the same thing, you get to know that maybe the other time he forgot or he's insisting. Then what you do, you have just have to put some actions. Right. By either giving a simple punishment before you administer a heavier punishment than that. So I think that is how punishment should go in steps.
That's a good thing for teachers, but now I want to ask Anne, because there are some teachers who just love to beat, like we've had. If we as students, what can you do to make sure that even if they do what, they cannot punish us?
Like if the teacher tells you, don't come late, I will come early. When the teacher says, follow the school rules and regulations, I'll follow them. Then, on a large extent, to avoid all problems, I'll make sure that if a teacher is very tough, I'll make him my friend, in order not to punish me.
Listening to these guys, it made me remember the things that my teachers did. I remember being caned in A-level, and it was the most embarrassing thing that could happen to an A-level student.
It's alright,
I was about to go to
Don't cry, man. Don't do it.
What do you think at home? Write to us, minibuzuganda@gmail.com.
And then you can even post your comments on Facebook, Minibuzz Uganda.
But also tweet us. If you are comparing as a Twitter,
as a Facebook,
please. Right. We are going to go for a short break. When we come back, we're going to ask students themselves what kind of programs do they watch? What kind of programs on TV should they want, to be shown more, especially on NTV? What do they need to learn? This is Minibuzz.